Well, good morning, everybody. Swamp Fox News coming at you again. Wanted this rant to be about cops lying for cops. This is another follow-up to the tyrant cop from the other night. And his sergeant did call me back. And I'm gonna tell you, he's a nice guy. His name's Caligula, or Caliga. I may be saying it wrong. But he called me back last night, and after reviewing the officer's body cam, he felt that he was in the right, partly. Now, he said he would talk to him about his attitude and the way he was bullied, that he would talk to him about it the way he spoke to me, okay? And now I said the bullying part, but he said he would talk to him. He was sorry about the way he spoke to me, and he would talk to him about that, but that he was well within his right to make me leave Fred's because it's a law that we have here in South Carolina that when a business is closed, you're trespassing, And so he said it was in our trespass laws, and to look it up, that he didn't have the actual code right then, but it was in there. He read it earlier, and he just don't remember. And I said, okay, well, I'll look it up. Now, I believe he ended up hanging up on me, okay? I'm not going to say 100%, but the conversation wasn't going his way, and so the phone went dead. So what can, I don't know. But I was on a cell phone, so maybe it was a cell phone. Just like as you see in some of these videos, I got a Galaxy phone, and I paid Verizon the highest speed they got, and you still see this thing cut out driving down I-26 every day. So anyway, but going back to it, the law that he's stating, I'll read it to you because I looked it up. I read, man, that thing was so long, the trespass laws, and there's so much stupid stuff you got to read through, but let me tell you what he's talking about because I found it. It's section 16-11-630, and I'll read it to you. It says, refusing to leave certain public premises during hours when they are regularly closed. Any person who during those hours of time of day or night when the premises are owned or occupied state or county municipal agencies. They don't own Fred's, okay? There was no law in there anywhere, and if anybody can find it, please comment below, or feel free to call me, Swamp Fox News, 843-459-3240. I'm transparent. Anyway, yeah, y'all can put comments in the comments. Y'all can reach me on Twitter, which a lot of you do, or you can call me on the phone. Now, if you don't get me, because I do have a job, I will, if you leave me a voicemail, I'll answer you. If you want to send me a text message and you're not a troll, I'll answer that. But the thing is, if you can find the law that says this covers, that there's a law that covers businesses, after hours for businesses too. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you can't, go in their business or go in their, fenced in areas and stuff like that. But, and I was even trying to tell the sergeant that, well, even if Fred's was closed, there was a drive-through. There's a driveway going through that business to the other businesses that was open, and they have to give me a variance to get through there, easement. And he said, and I'm honest, I'm not going to lie. And he said, well, you wasn't going to them other businesses though, right? And I said, and normally I don't answer questions, of course, but I wasn't going to lie about that. I said, no, I wasn't going there, but that's not the point. I don't have to be going there. There's a public easement, and I should have been able to stand in the public easement that was before the Burger King. And he said, well, I don't want to debate you on that. And then I said, well, what's your policy on ID, and why wouldn't he give me his name and badge number or call you when I asked him to? And then I said, because I bet you if Fox News or somebody like that jumped out of the van with a camera, he wouldn't have had a problem. He wouldn't have said a word. He goes, well, now here's the funny part. He said, part of the reason why the officer said something to you was because you couldn't hear it, but the lady was complaining that you had her you was videoing her and she was offended. I said, well, sir, I have an amendment that covers my right to film. There's not an amendment to cover somebody being offended. She don't have no right to be offended. If she don't want to be offended by being videotaped when she's out in public, she needs to go home and shut her doors and close her blinds. And then right after that, the phone went dead. So I'm not sure. He may have not hung up on me. I don't want to say for a fact that he did, but I am telling you, as far as any legislation laws that I've looked up, any code, any penal code that we have for traffic or municipal buildings, county buildings and such, and that's for after hours or even during the day when they're closed, like on holidays or on weekends when they're closed. If they're normally not open, then you can't be there. And then even with that, you have to be asked to leave and then refuse to leave before you can be trespassed and then charged for it. So anyway, by a law enforcement agency. Now I'm not going to look. I didn't know the law. I wasn't sure. So when he told me to leave Fred's because it was a law, okay, I did it. Because again, I'm not going to jail, especially if I'm not sure. Even if I'm sure, I don't want to go to jail. But the thing about it is, I want to stand up for my rights. But again, I'm new at this, and there's a lot I got to learn about some of the laws. Okay. So anyway, if you like the content, like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to leave comments or give me a call. I'm not scared to talk to anybody. I'm willing to listen to anybody's opinion on any of this stuff I talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is this Remington Guns. The federal judge now, the leftist judge, is allowing Remington Gun Company to be sued over a fake, proven school shooting. Sandy Hook was a hoax, and it's been proven over and over. And now, the ones that are going to get mad and say something about that, I just want to ask you this. If Sandy Hook was real, then why haven't the people at United Way and Facebook been arrested yet? Because United Way, and not just them, it was like 3 or 4 other websites. If you look this up and look it up for yourself, you can actually still find the donation websites that was made up for the Sandy parents and children that were murdered. One of them was made 3 days in advance before the murder even happened. So are you telling me United Way, being one of the people, one of the donation websites, are you telling me United Way knew 3 days before, a day to 3 days before, because some of the sites was made 1 day to 3 days before Sandy Hook school shooting was going to happen, that it was going to happen, and they did nothing about it? They didn't tell no one. And also, that Facebook page for that school teacher was made a day early on her own. And so anyway, y'all can look this stuff up for yourself. There was a guy, Heilig guy, his name was Wolfgang Heilig. Man, he spent a bunch of money proving this stuff, and it's a hoax. Plus, you can just watch the video. You can watch the helicopter that flew over for an hour and a half. It was a training mission. He brought up all the documents to show that there was an FBI training mission, terrorist attack type thing going on. He proved that the school was actually closed. It was condemned at the time for black mold and some other issues. It was being used as storage only. so this is just another way to prove that they're trying to take our guns, man. And this deep state attack in New Zealand, okay, this was all done by the deep state. And if you quit watching CNN, man. Quit watching the leftist news, and I'm not even saying watch Fox. I'm saying go look for yourself. Look this stuff up while it's still online from all these independent news, One American News, and places like that. Look all this stuff up for yourself. There's tons of great real news channels that's got 100% proven news on them every day. And look this stuff up for yourself, people. Like I keep telling you, New Orleans gun grab. Look at that. Look that stuff up. Look at the fact that they keep talking about taking our guns. And in New Zealand now, they ban automatic guns, automatic rifles, and they're wanting you to turn them in. And they're going to want to do that here eventually. That's what they're working towards. Also, look up on YouTube a site called That's Impossible. He goes, it's a site that from around the world people send videos in of live streaming events that are happening. And a lot of this stuff, what I was commenting the other day on a video, is about Space Force and space aliens and stuff. Listen, there is no space aliens. Now, they're trying to make it look like there is. You can see that there's some videos out there that's showing something in the sky. All that is, listen, you don't think Boeing and Lockheed Martin and all them places and Airbus and all that build technology like this can't build aircraft that looks like a UFO if they wanted to, or some foreign object, or something that you really couldn't see? I mean, look at the stealth fighters. I mean, you know, anyway, that you really can't tell exactly what it is. There is no such thing as aliens, brother. The only aliens or anything like that is the fallen angels, the Nephilim, that's all. There ain't no such thing as no aliens. That's all crap. That's all bull they're trying to spew you. But they're going to come up with some fake alien something. You know, make no mistake, the deep state is. And so that's why Trump is mocking them with this Space Force crap. He's letting them know, well, he's going to protect us from them, basically, and not the aliens, but the deep state. That's why he's saying he's enacting a Space Force. And really what he's telling the deep state out in front of us all and kind of letting us know is that he knows there is no aliens and they're full of crap. But and he's got the military on his side, but he's got some good military generals around him. And all this fake Russia stuff that y'all see are finally, you know, all these people it's all being proven that it's fake, and some of these people are being indicted, and McCabe, you know, he's still under indictment, and Comey's going next. It's coming, people. But look this stuff up for yourself. It's all a bunch of nonsense, man. It's just another money grab. That's all it is. And another thing, I'm so glad that Trump signed into legislation, did that executive order about free speech on campus. But I want to know why billions and billions of our tax dollars are going towards colleges anyway. I mean, look, I don't see why. It's just another form of welfare, man. That's not what it's supposed to be about. You know, taxes are supposed to be for infrastructure and, you know, military and, you know, roads, highways, bridges, things like that. Stuff that we need. I don't see why we should be funding these colleges and these people, like he said, the administration's living high on the hog in $1 million houses and driving $100,000 sports cars and eating out all the time on our dime and stuff. I think that's just ridiculous, man. But I am glad that he signed out about free speech, but we're losing our First Amendment every day. We got a fighter in the White House. Like him or not, for some of his policies, he's not racist. That's a bunch of bull crap. If you look it up, if you look up true videos and you watch the whole video about what he says, you'll see that he's not racist. If you watch the whole speech every time when he's talking, he is calling the racists out every time. They just cut it to make it sound like he didn't say nothing. But if you look it up, if you watch the whole video, you can go to whitehouse.gov and look up almost all the videos and you'll see the whole thing. Watch the whole press briefings. Don't just watch it, what CNN or Fox or ABC, NBC puts out. Go to whitehouse.gov and watch the press briefings for yourself, because they show the whole thing from start to finish. From the time he walks out to the time he walks off. Same with Sarah Sanders. When they cut your clips and they make it sound like things, well, then that's when people believe, oh, well, he's a racist or he's this, that, and the other. Anyway. Look up the laws, and if I'm wrong on anything, somebody see where I'm wrong. You know, again, I read all the trespass laws of South Carolina last night. It's a lot. And the officer was wrong, so I'm going to be calling him back, and I'm going to be moving forward with this. This is going to be going on probably for a couple of days, because, you know, he's already calling me up, and either he don't know that was just for county and municipal buildings, or he does know and was trying to think that I wasn't going to look it up and this was going to be over with, because he still at this point had not gave me the cop's name and badge number. But I'm going to find it out, because I got his truck number. It's 1555, Berkeley County Sheriff's Department. It's like a expedition or something like that. But anyway, that's about it for today. All the research you do, like I tell you every day, open up your Bible, research Jesus Christ, because he is the way, he is the light. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.